And start recording. And go live. It says we are live, Evan.
That was quick.
All right. I know. Welcome. It is Al from D-Town and Chili442 Show. Episode 142. In the house.
All right.
I'm sharing this to my page real quick so we can get a few more people in the door. And then we'll get started. We're in December.
We're 2 weeks away from Christmas.
I know. That is crazy, bro.
Wow, this year's flown.
Yeah, it really has.
I can't wait to see what 2025 brings. I'm scared.
Man, everything that's going on around the world and shit, it's like, I don't know.
There's mayhem, there's war, there's flooding going on everywhere.
We're just kind of we kind of are on a ball just spinning through Earth. I mean, we do have a cycle and everything, but we pretty much are just kind of living life,
wild times.
A little Russian roulette.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I don't know, man. It's wild out there. Be careful. Enjoy it, man. Enjoy life. Enjoy every day.
If you can, yeah.
Yeah, man.
It's not easy for a lot.
No, I can. Man, I do not know where all my stuff went. Evan, you got anything interesting this week or?
Oh no, it's kind of been a slow week. Just kind of watching the news. Things have been a little crazy lately. CEO getting gunned down and
That's
public and
that's crazy. They caught that dude too. Well, they caught a dude. I'm not going to say I'm not going to say they caught the dude, but they caught
a dude.
Yeah. They got a guy that is in what they say. He's of interest there.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I don't know. Man, and social media is crazy because I've seen some people calling that guy a hero and shit. And look, you might not agree with what that guy does or whatever, or the company or whatever, but that dude also had a wife and kids, you know.
And you can't believe that he makes every executive decision of,
No, he's
who,
got
who gets coverage or whatever. It doesn't come across his desk. I can guarantee you
yeah.
that. But just the social media, I watched it too this week. It's been I think it's just a lot of the eat the rich. The people have just they've had it, and and there's no remorse, and it is sad. I agree. We can't celebrate somebody just going and gunning somebody down no matter what. But
Yeah, I mean, look, do I think that dude probably, I don't know what he made a year, but I'm sure it was stupid compared to what I make.
millions. Yeah, double-digit millions every year. Yeah.
No, he probably has a yacht that costs him $1 million a year to maintain.
Mm-hmm.
But still, I don't wish, that kind of shit on him.
No.
Anytime you turn to violence, or to me, anytime you turn to violence as your solution to a problem, I mean, sometimes there's no way, you got to fight your way out. I understand that. But I'm saying, like, something like that, when you choose violence, you did more harm to your cause than good.
Quite often. Yeah. I think it's a sign of the times with the economy right now. Christmas is coming. And just people's attitude. If you're just watching like some of the celebrities, how the people are dropping off their, they used to have so many followers. People are just kind of tired of the ultra rich, just kind of putting the screw to us. And now, have you seen this on Netflix? There's a movie called like I think Buy It Now or something. It
No, I don't think so. I think my
it's all
Netflix
about.
is expired. I dropped it after that Jake Paul thing.
Gotcha. Well, it's just a little documentary all about consumerism, Amazon, how they make the buy it now, make it so easy for you to buy, consumerism, how everything is engineered obsolescence. Why do I have to buy a new phone and then this and how they're just if, if you don't know this already, I'm sorry, but now there's a documentary and it's bringing people to a boiling point. It's like you didn't know this was happening. You haven't seen
Yeah.
the plant. You haven't noticed that everything you buy you have to replace it in 3-4 years where your parents bought a stove and they had that thing for 24 years. It's
Well,
like
even the plumbers, if you ask a plumber nowadays, hey, what's the best water heater to go buy at Lowe's? He'll tell you it don't matter. They're all going to go out within 4 or 5 years.
it's like car batteries. There's two companies I believe that make all your car batteries, and they all these places change suppliers all the time. What you go to Sears with Die Hard used to be came from Johnson Controls. Now it comes from Exide this week, and it's one of those things anymore that it's the shell game with stuff. It's like you don't know
Yeah.
what's good or not. So you sometimes you could pay a lot of money and you're still getting a crap product because it's the same thing as everything else. It's just priced different.
Right, right. Well, I mean, it's like all the shit you buy at the dollar store. It's you gotta kind of be careful what you buy because you're buying shit that's about to expire, and sometimes it's packaged different, but whatever.
Yeah. The dollar store, there's some good buys there.
Yeah,
Glass cleaner, windshield washer fluid, which is basically the same thing as Windex. You can get that stuff for like $1.25 a gallon. There's some good deals on things.
that's where I am doing all my Christmas shopping this year
There you go.
at the DG, baby. I'm, I ain't even wrapping that shit. I'm just gonna duct tape the two handles together and pass that out.
There you go.
So, man, so what is the date? Ain't it the
It's the ninth.
Is it the 9th already?
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, we're 2 weeks away from Christmas. Wow, it doesn't seem. I haven't bought a single fucking thing.
Well, yeah. We got 2 weeks. I mean, you don't need to rush into anything.
No. Hey, I'll worry when I get 2 hours in. We do have a couple Christmas lists, but I thought we would, it is a holidays, and some of us have family, and, well, we want you to have a good holiday and not say something awkward and just screw everything up. So these are 9 things you should never say to a disabled person. If you grandpa or Uncle Chuck's in a fucking wheelchair, these are 9 things you don't want to say. Like, don't call him Wheels or anything like that.
Oh, I gotcha.
Number 1 is you don't look sick or / disabled. You don't look disabled.
Yeah, I can tell you nobody can feel your pain.
Yeah.
No one can see it or feel it.
Number 2, you should try this new treatment I heard about.
Oh, I love that shit.
Yeah.
Hey, have you heard of coconut oil? I will effing kill you.
These are things you should never say to a disabled person. Uh, Three, I love this one. It must be so nice not to work.
That dude would love to jump out of that wheelchair and fucking stand behind a desk, a counter all day
Oh
long
my
for no reason,
God.
you know? Trust me.
Uh, Number four, I get insert symptom here too. Yeah, they don't want to know. You're talking to a dude that's uh, quadriplegic, and he doesn't want to hear about your toe going numb when you lay down.
No, I had a friend before all this really came down with me. We met some friends for dinner, and yeah, friends like, oh, I got kind of this little dry patch of skin I get on my hand right here, like this spot about as big around as a penny. And I was like, man, I will fucking kill you. I've spent weeks in the bathroom sitting there naked because I couldn't put clothes on, and I was red as a lobster. And I was like, just don't even start. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah, you don't want to do that. Don't try to. Yeah. Just shut up and let. Nine things you should never say to a disabled person. Number five is I could never live with your disability.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a rough one.
Yeah. Why can't you do the same things as other disabled people?
Like what? You want me to go play wheelchair basketball?
Hey,
Or
Larry
what?
down the leg has one arm. I see him out there mowing.
Well, okay.
Number seven, why aren't you better yet?
Just takes time.
Yeah. Is this people on disability or disabled people? Nine things you should never say to a disabled person. Number eight, you're such an inspiration for overcoming your disability.
Yeah, they're just trying to live. They're
Yeah.
trying to survive every day.
And number nine of nine things you should never say to a disabled person. If you just tried harder, you could do it.
Oh yeah, man! I caught a clip the other day. The Price is Right. Yeah. Anyway, girl gets up there. She's in a wheelchair, and they open her showcase thing or whatever. It was a treadmill. Yeah. Like, man, that was bad planning.
Oh man.
Like, couldn't we switch this out at the last minute?
Yeah, you got to. Come on, man.
Put the jukebox in. Fuck the
Yeah.
treadmill.
This is another one I wanted to get into. 10 metal bands your parents warned you about in the 80s. And I'm going to tell you the only reason I am going to go through this list is because of number 10.
List of what?
10 metal bands your parents warned you about in the 80s.
Metal bands. Yeah. Oh, this will be good.
What would one of your guesses be? Just give me one.
Well, considering my parents stole my Black Sabbath tape, I would say that's probably one.
Okay. I agree with you. Black Sabbath I think is on the list. But number 10 to start off this list, Evan, is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life.
Striper.
Def Leppard.
Yeah, they weren't satanic at all.
At all. At all. Next on the list, Twisted Sister.
That was another one I was going to mention. I mean, you look at the album covers and stuff, you're like, oh my God. I mean, Dee Snider with his teeth sharpened. And
Yeah, well, they actually had a song, Burn in Hell. which was
Yeah.
pretty.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. I remember I had those on vinyl back in the day.
Judas Priest.
I could see that. Yeah. Especially those kids, remember? There were some like high school kids that killed themselves or tried to commit suicide
Yeah.
because they thought, and Rob Halford had to go. I mean, he actually had to go to court and be like, listen, if we wanted, if we told all our fans to kill themselves, we wouldn't have any more fans. Like this is preposterous. This is silly.
Uh,
It was good stuff back then.
now I don't know if they're saying Ozzy, so I don't know if they're counting that as Black Sabbath or what. King Diamond. I never got into that.
I don't know much King Diamond. I know Metallica did I think a cover too.
Yeah. Motley Crue. Their first couple albums, yes. Especially number two. It had a big
Oh,
old.
oh, absolutely. I mean, just you look at their whole garb and the whole shout at the devil and all that stuff. Their second album, you're like, oh yeah, this sounds like yeah, that was. I could understand parents throwing a fit at that one.
Well, I think their Shout at the Devil was just a black cover. The LP, anyway, the album was just a black cover with a red pentagram on it. So,
Mm-hmm.
so you,
Yep, I remember.
yeah, you can see that. Iron Maiden, yeah, because of Eddie.
Oh yeah, you look at those album covers. That looks like yeah, but I mean, Iron Maiden was okay. They flew the whole 666 thing. That was kind of the trend. But most of their stuff was really on mythology and ancient battles and
Yeah,
history. It's kind of cheesy in a way, but yet it's so well done. Like they're a phenomenal band. They really are.
yeah. And if you never got into Iron Maiden, just go and listen. If you got something that you're not doing from start to finish, and yeah, just throw on one of them older albums.
The very old albums. Yes. Oh, Peace of Mind.
That's a good one.
Peace of Mind. I like Somewhere in Time. That was a little bit later, and also Seventh Son of a Seventh Son.
That's good.
Really
Number
into
of the
mythology.
Beast
Those were
was it?
really great albums.
Yeah. Number of the Beast probably is why they are on that list.
Very typical Number of the Beast. It was a good album, great album. Or that was really early stuff. Yeah.
Next on the list is one of my personal favorites. I still jam to these guys. Wasp. I love Blackie Lawless. I love his voice.
I don't know much of their content stuff, but I can imagine that. Yeah.
Oh, Sleeping in the Fire. Oh, one of my favorite songs, and it's kind of a ballad. But and last on the list, Slayer.
Well, I could see that. Yeah.
So there you go,
So
folks.
Ozzy was on there, not Sabbath.
I know.
What's really interesting, man? I want to read these lyrics here.
Oh God.
This will correct. This is a Sabbath song, "Forever After." What do you think about death? Do you lose your breath or do you keep your cool? Would you like to see the Pope on the end of a rope? Do you think he's a fool? Well, I have seen the truth. Yes, I've seen the light and I've changed my ways. And I'll be prepared when you're lonely and scared at the end of our days. Could it be afraid? Could it be you're afraid of what your friends might say? If they knew you believed in God above, they should realize before they criticize that God is the only way to love. That is just, it blows me away. Like Sabbath, what they're viewed as, they were really hippie rock in their way.
They kind of were.
Now,
yeah.
Ozzy's on that list, and the thing is about Ozzy is, I'm not going to say Ozzy didn't write anything, but Ozzy didn't write shit.
No.
All the Black Sabbath stuff was all written by, all their lyrics, mostly everything was written by Geezer Butler. I'm not saying Ozzy didn't write anything. I just don't know that he wrote anything. And then even his solo days, he even, like Lemmy wrote some songs for him, Mama, I'm Coming Home and stuff like that. Some of his band people, he did not really write much at all.
But you know what?
So it's funny that he's the big symbol, on there.
Yeah, but I don't ever remember Ozzy saying, "Oh, I write my own material."
No.
That's now that you've said that, and I kind of start going back and thinking. I was like, no, I don't ever remember Ozzy.
Yeah, I'm not saying he didn't. I have to go through his whole library, but mostly the stuff, like I said, he was kind of the poster boy of everything going on. But he was just the singer. He was the singer.
Yeah.
But anyway, if you really go back and go through a lot of the Sabbath library, I mean, I don't see really much evil there, and there's a lot of stuff like what I just read that was just like, wow.
Oh yeah.
Surprising they grew up pretty Christian and everything. They just Sabbath wanted to be kind of like the scary movie band. Like if you could think of a scary movie, they wanted to be that band.
Right.
That's what they were all about, and they invented metal. It's good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great growing up in the 70s and 80s. I think we got some pretty good metal. And then hairband music hit. Which I'm not going to lie. There are some hair bands that I do like.
Oh, it wasn't all bad, but it just got oversaturated.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the time you had like Cinderella come around and their whole costumes and everything, it's like, this is kind of getting silly.
Yeah.
And I felt sorry for the other bands. Remember watching an interview with Dawkins, and they're like, "Oh man, the whole record company's like, you got to put on the makeup and do your hair up and wear these clothes." They're like, "No, we're metal. We wear jeans and t-shirts and we rock. No, you got to do this." And they're like, the record companies were forcing all these bands into that because hey, it's selling and they don't care. It's just sales.
Right. Well, it's like, and they still do that to this day. They'll find like whatever's hot. If you remember there for a while, St. Louis, when Nelly got signed, there was rappers getting signed everywhere.
Oh yeah, they did the same thing. They oversaturated because it's like, oh, this gangster rap is selling to white kids with money. Let's pump this shit out.
Right. Oh man, we got a couple things. Here's 15 forgotten holiday traditions that once made Christmas magical, but are no longer practiced.
I can think of one.
What's yours?
I bet on there is going to be carolers.
Carolers?
Mm-hmm. I remember that as a kid, the church choir coming to our house and coming into the foyer and rocking one out or two, and then boom, they're gone in their cars. And that was kind of neat as a kid.
Number one is telling ghost stories by the fire. Who the fuck's doing that?
People don't do that anymore?
I mean, I guess at Christmas, though?
I don't know.
It says on Christmas Eve.
Well, they didn't have all the entertainment shit back then.
Number two, sending Christmas postcards instead of cards. I don't think people are sending Christmas cards that much anymore.
I don't know because I moved away, and I think a lot of people, I fell off their list, and I've never been one to sell cards, but send cards. But yeah, I used to get them, and I don't think I get a few, and they're like a typed out letter from some, close family members, but not the production one. Look, we went to the Olin Mills with the family and took a picture with the fake sled,
I have never met a dude that said, "Hey, man, let me get that address so I can get you a Christmas card in the mail."
No, I've never had that happen. But
if you get a Christmas card from your buddy, just know his wife knows your address.
Yeah, we rented it because they used to drive by all the time, and then I'd get a Christmas card, a cool Christmas card with one of his street rods on there, so that was nice. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Stringing popcorn and cranberry garlands. Yeah, that was on the tree shit the other day too.
Hmm.
Hiding a silver coin in the Christmas pudding. What the fuck?
Well, we do the Greeks. I mean, the New Year. We celebrate the New Year's. We'll bake a coin into like a loaf of bread, and then like if you get the coin, that's like the lucky piece. You're gonna have good luck that
Oh,
year.
what kind of
Kind of
coin
cool.
is it?
Usually it's like an old Greek coin.
Do you get to keep the coin?
No,
Oh, well, that's bogus as fuck.
it
It's
it goes.
already your luck is already. You got a holy piece of bread, is what you got. You didn't
Well, it's
even
gotta.
get. You didn't even get a full slice of bread.
Well, it goes back to the house for next year because if they let you take it home, you'd probably lose it. So
Oh, I got you. Uh, Wassailing through the neighborhood, Evan. Wassailing was an early version of caroling, but with a twist. It involved singing door to door while carrying a bowl of spiced cider to share.
there you go.
Oh,
They
we
brought
got to do
booze.
that.
Yeah, you're gonna come make noise at my doorstep. You better bring some alcohol.
Yeah. Oh, that's another one. No, we did that one last week too. Lighting real candles on a tree. That definitely don't do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Celebrating 12th night. It said Christmas didn't end on December 25th. Uh, that was the start, and 12th night celebrated January 5th, marks the end of the season.
Mm.
So there you go. I am taking the 25th through the 5th off work and see
I'm
if I can
taking my
get.
12 days, boss.
I get paid too.
It's a
Sending,
religious holiday.
I don't know, sending a Christmas box to tradespeople. On Boxing Day, December 26th, people would give small gifts or money to their mail carriers, milkmen, and other service workers to thank them for their work throughout the year.
Yeah,
That's what Boxing Day is?
I didn't know that.
I did not either. I
So
remember
tipping day.
seeing it on the calendar all the time. Uh,
Yeah.
These are 15 forgotten holiday traditions that once made Christmas magical. I don't know if I've seen any that would make my Christmas magical if it came back, Evan. But number 9 is decorating with fresh fruits and nuts.
Oh, that would be magical.
You know what, though? I do want, and I miss my grandma had one. She used to have this huge bowl and would have a couple of the hand nut crackers and just have like bags of mixed nuts thrown in these bowls.
We do that. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yep.
Uh Mummering in disguise. This quirky costume involves dressing in costumes and masks and visiting neighbors to perform skits or songs.
Oh, never heard of that.
No, mummers are often rewarded with food or drink for their efforts. No, I'm throwing tomatoes and shit at you. I'm cleaning out the fridge.
Yeah, that's a nuisance. Interesting.
Number 11, I don't know about this. I think people with kids still do this. Hanging Christmas stockings by the fireplace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody still does that.
Yeah. Making handmade ornaments together. Yeah, that probably quit more than a couple decades ago.
I think the only time handmade ornaments are come about in grade school art
Yeah.
class. You know, the kids bring them home. That's your handmade ornaments. I don't think many people make, I don't know, stuff anymore.
Yeah, I don't think so either. 13 is writing letters to friends instead of Santa Claus.
No, nobody writes letters anymore. Period.
Yeah. Uh, burning a Yule log in the
Mm-mm.
fireplace. Well, yeah, if I had a fireplace, I'd throw a Yule log on right now.
Ours is gas.
Uh, and forgotten holiday, the last one, 15 forgotten holiday traditions that once made Christmas magical but are no longer practiced. Hanging mistletoe
That's
instead,
not common.
but now they're trying to bring it back and they want to do a kissing bow.
Oh, that's just a way for somebody to get sued for assaulting somebody. You know how everything is these days.
Yes.
I was not notified by my lawyer that I was standing underneath the mistletoe and
Yeah.
he kissed me, and I won $1 million, Your Honor.
Yeah. And she'll get it. Uh, and I kind of thought we'd kind of go through this because I thought some of these were funny. 10 Christmas TV commercials that would spark outrage today.
Oh, a lot of them.
Uh, overtly gendered toys. Commercials like the ones for Barbie and G.I. Joe reinforce strict gender roles, showing girls dreaming of dolls and tea sets while boys played with soldiers and built action sets. Santa's cigarette break. A 1970s Christmas ad for a well-known cigar brand featured Santa lighting up after a long night of delivering presents.
Wow. That is just disappearing from our society,
Yeah.
smoking.
It played into the era's casual attitude towards smoking.
Oh, yeah.
If you're mine and Evan's age, you remember magazines having cigarette ads, and we saw cigarette ads everywhere.
Well, after when did they take them off the TV? It was around 1980 or something. I think as a kid I remember cigarette ads, but 70s. But yeah, in magazines for a lot of years they were in there, and I don't think they're still in magazines.
Number 3, this is where it starts getting fun on some of these, Evan. Number 3, hard sell for housewives. Household appliance commercials from the 50s through the 70s often featured husbands giving their wives vacuums, ovens, or irons as the quote unquote perfect Christmas gift.
Yeah, that's usually not what they want for Christmas. No.
Another thing, some 80s and 90s diet product ads marketed holidays and indulgence as a problem to fix, often targeting women. So don't get her the ninja racial stereotypes in toy ads.
Really?
Yeah, they were. It shows a cowboy and Indian set.
Oh.
So,
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
I like this one. Beer ads with a holiday twist. Beer companies often dressed up their mascots or spokespeople as Santa in the 80s. Sometimes in situations that felt a little too raucous for the family friendly vibe of the holidays. Man, everybody I would like to say, Evan, they put a Miller High Life sign for the number 6.
Sweet.
Also, Miller High Life. We are announcing this on the AlfromDtown Show. Is coming out with a cologne that smells like a dive bar. I shit you not. Evan just talked about this. Number 7 on the list of 10 Christmas 10 Christmas TV commercials that would spark outrage today. Over the top consumerism.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. So yeah. Insensitive disability toys. What?
What?
One Christmas ad from the 70s told the story of a child with a disability whose only wish was for a doll that walked. While it was likely heartfelt for the time, today it would face criticism for oversimplifying and why is that cut off? Oh no, it's cut off. That's kind of weird. I don't get that one. The Perfect Wife commercial. One notorious jewelry ad from the 90s had a husband placing a necklace on his sleeping wife as an ultimate way to win Christmas.
I think I remember that one.
The message reinforced outdated expectations that men needed to spend big to be loved.
Right.
Sparking debates about materialism and gender dynamics.
Yes. What do you expect?
I don't know why this one's on the list. 10 Christmas commercials that would spark outrage today. Number 10, slimy fast food mascots. Some 1980s Christmas ads featured fast food mascots encouraging kids to skip home-cooked meals and head straight for the greasy holiday-themed offerings.
Okay, wait a minute. McDonald's is done with all their characters, right? They don't.
Yeah, they don't.
Ronald McDonald's, everything. It's all gone.
Yeah, there ain't no Ronald anymore.
So who else? I'm trying to think. Who else is there that has a mascot?
I don't think anymore. Yeah. Wendy's.
Well, they got their.
Yeah, I don't know. I wanted to go through a couple of these because I started kind of going through them, and I didn't know if I was even going to bring this up on the show. But then I was like, yeah, I do remember that. But there's a couple that me and Evan have even talked about on this show. But these are 28 historical events that oddly we have swept under the rug or completely forgot about that we shouldn't have. Number 1, I like this one because I forgot about this. The leader of the Scientology, his wife vanished after they had an argument in 2005. Nobody has seen her or knows what has happened to her.
Wow. I didn't know that one.
Next on the list, the Phoenix Lights.
The what?
We heard about this and it kind of disappeared. Let me read this quote. My whole immediate family and tons of people on the street we lived on saw the aircraft come overhead. We all stood there speechless and terrified until it passed. When the whole block freaked out, nobody will ever convince me it was flares. We all saw the outline of the structure of the craft clearly. It was so big and slow, it was amazing it was staying in the air.
Interesting.
And it says, my hair still stands on the end, even thinking about it right now.
Wow.
Oh, nobody seemed to remember Ukrainian passenger flight being shot down by the Iranian government last year.
I remember that one.
Yeah, it sure didn't stay in the news long. The Panama Papers. If you don't remember this, what this was a data breach that showed all the rich people where they were keeping their money and not paying taxes.
No kidding.
Yeah. This I still don't understand why we don't know about. Identifying all the rich men and women who participated in Jeffrey Epstein's island.
Oh, yeah, that's never going to happen. Yeah, we'll never. It's kind of like probably with the Diddy thing, nothing's ever really going to come out.
Next on the list is the Hong Kong protests.
Hong Kong protests.
Yeah, they were big around COVID.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
Mm-hmm. That's true.
I don't know about that one. We're going to skip that. Starting last summer, there have been identified snipers taking out random cars on different parts of I-10 in New Orleans, and nothing has come of it.
When was that?
It said last summer.
I think I remember hearing about that.
I think I did
because it was kind of like the one that happened years ago around D.C. That guy remember he was like in the back of his trunk. He was firing out of, people would be filling up their cars at gas stations and he would be across the street and fire at them.
Yeah.
It was similar to that one.
Okay.
I remember them being linked. I do remember that
one. Some of these I'm not going to go through because they're just the metric ton of COVID money, relief money that was given to companies that was misappropriated and will never be paid back.
Yeah. A lot of bogus stuff went to.
That's all on
money
us.
Going to the wrong people.
Yep, that's all on the U.S. taxpayers too. Several nuclear weapons from the U.S. Department of Defense have been lost.
That's not good.
Listen to this one. Equifax lost the personal data of almost every single adult in the U.S. This is data we didn't give them permission to access. They simply automatically collect it. They are still in business.
It's nuts the amount of data that's collected on us.
Yeah. That was in 2017 too.
We've talked before, like the Samsung TVs, they say that, they're listening, don't talk about anything, major financial or in front of it because it's listening to you.
Yeah.
Vizio's, I guess, the same way. And I heard the other day, because it's like Walmart had bought Vizio. Vizio makes more selling data than they do the TVs themselves. Hello.
Right.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah.
But, I mean, everybody's got all our data these days, which is kind of funny. They want to kill TikTok, and they probably will, but how invasive it is. But, I mean, who doesn't have all this anyway?
Yeah. There was a meteor over Scotland that they actually have on video that blazed through the sky, slowed down, changed direction, and flew off.
Yeah, probably a bunch of drones.
Yeah. Uh, oh,
Trust nothing these days.
remember all the scary clowns in 2016?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is the one, Evan. Donald Rumsfeld announcing that the Pentagon had lost $2.3 trillion the night
Uh-huh.
before 9/11.
Yeah, we don't know. And then, yeah, the accounting part of the Pentagon got hit, and yeah, building number 7 just happened to collapse, and with all that information too. Yeah, amazing shit happened those 2 days, those 48 hours.
I don't know how to pronounce her name. Who's that Maxwell chick?
Oh, Ghislaine or whatever.
Yeah, Ghislaine Maxwell knows many names, yet has not
Mm-hmm.
publicly mentioned any.
I mean, how long ago was her trial, really?
Yeah,
I guess she's still living in prison.
I don't know. But yeah,
That's
that was just some of the weird ones I saw on there. But man, I went and I looked at some news. We don't have a lot, but we do have a treat tonight. When we finish news, we always go and see what our buddy Dave Moreland has, but I actually have a bozo criminal. My very own story, Evan.
rock on.
From my home, or not my hometown, but the town I call home now. But anyway, let's get to a little bit of weird and wacky news from around the world. Oarfish keep washing ashore in California. Some say that it could be a bad omen.
It's not a good sign ever.
No. No, it means you're. And they just had a major earthquake over there, didn't they? Like off the coast of California?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, they had tsunami warnings, and I'm telling you, man, we're living on a look. We're pretty much on top of a big ass bomb.
Shifting plates.
Gangs now using child assassins after Sweden passes law making it illegal to prosecute kids for crime.
Oh my, that's just wrong.
Yeah, look, I know we all want to be the kumbaya. We want to see the good in everybody. Look, there's evil out there, and you got to fight evil. And you don't fight evil by just ignoring it.
No.
Anyway, just mentioned a few minutes ago here on Now from D-Town Show. I'm going to go into this. Dive bars generally aren't the best smelling of places. Stale beer, sweat, and often despair linger in the air. But the beers are cheap and the company is largely non-judgmental. If you can't get enough of that scent, Miller High Life is rolling out a cologne that will let you proudly wear it around town. A bottle will run you around 40 bones.
It smells like a dive bar.
That's what it says. I gotta get me a bottle, dude. Come on, me and you have drank so many High Lifes. You know we both got to get a Miller High Life, some Miller High Life cologne.
Can't we just get like a scented candle or something nice and burn out in the garage? Like turn my garage into a dive bar kind of smell. Smell like stale beer and yeah, cigarettes and.
A robot cat that sticks landings may revolutionize asteroid mining, scientists say. So there's these scientists in the UK that made this damn robotic cat. You can go and watch it on YouTube. It's pretty cool. and they like push it off shit, see if it can land on its feet.
Mm-hmm.
So they're thinking, okay, we'll get close to these asteroids, shoot these damn cats out it. But they're not real cats, so, nobody can bitch. It's not like, PETA's going to be there. Hey,
Right.
you can't fucking do that.
It's a robotic cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that is it. And we'll check Dave real quick, and then I'll get to the story that happened right here in the capital of Illinois. Pretty funny. This one comes from Clearwater, Florida, where Bozo Melanie paid a visit to the local Cane's Chicken Finger restaurant. Evan, have you ever had Cane's?
No.
I haven't either. There's one right around the corner, and I just
Never heard of.
Yeah, I'm not a chicken. Look, I'm not a kid. I'm not going to eat chicken fingers anywhere. If I go to a restaurant, I'm not eating chicken fingers, man.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm just not. Anyway, after exiting the drive-thru, she discovered she was missing 8 containers of the famous Cane's dipping sauce that was supposed to come with her order.
8 containers?
Yeah. It
How
must
much
be.
chicken was this chicken?
It was probably
Yeah.
the little, the little Dunkin' ones that they send you.
Okay.
So anyway, Evan, she didn't get her Dunkin' sauces or whatever. She promptly entered the restaurant and demanded that the manager give her the sauce. The manager complied, but apparently that just wasn't good enough for our bozo, who then demanded that she should get extra sauces in exchange for wasting her time and gas. When the manager denied the extra sauce demand, our bozo became irate, yelling and screaming and attempting to tear the manager's keys and ID lanyard from her belt.
Oh, she was going to go back in the cooler and get her own.
Man, the cops were called, Evan, and our bozo was arrested and taken to jail.
Here's your sauce.
And the cost of the container of the sauce that caused all this, 39 cents.
You don't say.
So anyway, this bozo comes from Springfield, Illinois. And this bozo goes into the county market here. Decides to do a little shopping, Evan. Goes, gets him a bunch of meat, some nice steaks, ribs, fish. Probably got a couple boxes of those nice crab legs. He's walking through the store, just loading up this cart. Evan, the bozo, darts for the door. Couple people try to stop him. He gets out. He gets away, Evan. Our bozo made one flaw in his plan. Evan, what is one thing that you should never, ever leave at a crime scene? Two
Your
things.
wallet.
Okay, wallet or
Keys.
keys are another important one.
Phone.
Cell phone, Evan. Our bozo dropped his cell phone. He called hour later, seeing if anybody found his phone. Evan, our bozo, went back up to the store to retrieve his phone and was arrested immediately.
No kidding. Yeah, we got your phone. Wait right here.
Ought to send that to Dave.
Brilliant.
Yeah. contact Dave. So anyway, yeah, man, I tell you what, that's those are always fun when you get them in your, in your town.
Yeah. Too bad you couldn't see that go down.
Yeah, no, that would have been great. That'd have been great to get that live. Al from D-Town doing a live show from,
From the front of Aldi's.
yeah. Watch this dude. Oh, man. So right now, temperature ain't so bad. We had a decent last couple days. I actually got out and, oh, dude, I got to tell you this real quick. I got out and cleaned my car. And my truck, I got an F-250. It's got 4 drink holders up front.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, why? So I'm sitting there and I'm cleaning it and I'm trying to pull I'm kind of trying to clean in between the trim and everything. And I look and I was like, these things look like the whole thing pulls up. It does. So now I'm trying to find the lid. There's like a thing that slides in that has a lid that actually is like a component or a compartment.
I see.
So, yeah, I've been checking eBay.
Yeah, you don't need 4 cup holders.
No, well, that's the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah, 2 is good enough.
2, yeah. And I'm riding solo most of the time in that truck anyway, unless I got a dog with me.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel, he is. Daniel said he's coming out with a clone called Neck Baloney. Oh my
Lovely.
God. I don't know why it won't let me like that.
Oh, I got a follow-up. We talked about things stolen at hotels a couple weeks ago.
Uh-huh.
Things that disappear. So I asked my sister, I was like, I told her we did a list of it. She asked what, and was on there. And she hasn't been at it too long. But, yeah, she did confirm not just batteries but remotes, that they get remotes stolen all the time. And she said she had one person steal a shower curtain, which I figure that's par for the course and everything.
Yeah, but yuck.
To use shower curtain, yeah, it is kind of
Yeah.
grody. They probably wrapped a body in it. Who knows?
Yeah.
No, that was pretty much it. But one thing she said, she works at a big Hilton resort thing, but I was asking about the maids, the situation, like the maids, if they come and go or what they're. She's like, no, a lot of them have been at a long time. I always thought that would be really hard work, but I think it's not too tough on them,
Right.
But she was saying when a person checks out of the room, they have a person go to the door, go check that room before they send in the maid to do a pre-inspection in case somebody offs themselves in one of the rooms.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so they'll do a pre-inspection and they have certain maids that have their own like certain rooms. They do the same room, so they have a block of rooms that they maintain, and then they send them in. Then they do a post-inspection afterward. But I've been at some smaller hotels where I swear the maids just knocked on the door. I'm like, housekeeping.
Yeah.
But it must be a bigger one. But I thought that was pretty interesting that they just to check. You don't want the maid to go in there and find a dead body.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you sure wouldn't want that. That'd screw you up.
Yeah, I never thought about it.
Well, I noticed one thing, too, and I asked at both places I stayed when I went to school, was can I just leave my hotel keys in the room and just leave?
I do always.
Yeah, well, on these, it tells you can't.
I just always leave
it
the
says you
keys
got to
and
check
walk
out. Yeah, no, you got to walk down and hand them the keys at the desk. So
Seems like most hotels, like those, sometimes they'll just slip your receipt under the door.
Well, that's what I thought too. But and maybe that's a where I was in Ohio thing or something.
I guess everybody's got different rules or
Yeah, I don't know. All right, Evan, show 142 down the tubes.
Yeah, we're done.
Yeah, so say goodbye to everybody.
All right. Well, everyone, thanks for joining us this week. And I hope you all have a wonderful week. It's supposed to be nice tomorrow, then it's going to get cold again. So get out and do your shopping tomorrow.
Yeah,
You got one day before it gets cold again.
I wear a size blue in a Bass Ranger. If anybody's like picking up extra gifts. Anyway, guys, we love you. Peace. Be good to one another. It is the holidays, you know. Look, people are out. People are not being very smart when they're driving and cutting people off and turning down wrong ways and everything. Try to be, you know, a little civilized. You don't have to roll down your window to stick your finger out. You can just leave the window rolled up and give them the finger. Um,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Watch the driving.
yeah, and you know, let's just try to be a little nice. Maybe show a little love, patience, peace, and man, we're all just trying to get through life.
Yeah.
And
Amen to
sometimes,
that.
yeah, sometimes it's hard because you got some dumb people on this earth. But anyway, it is Al from D-Town. That is my homie Chili442. This is show 142. We will see you next Monday night for show 143. I said it once. I'm going to say it again. Peace. We love you. Be good to one another.
Later.
I forgot how to shut this damn thing off.
No dang.